The world of 1000 LB Sisters is never short on drama, but fans are raising their eyebrows higher than ever thanks to Amy Slaton's new romantic interest. While viewers have supported Amy through her weight loss journey, motherhood, and a painful divorce, this latest chapter in her life has sparked more concern than celebration. The reason? A surprisingly young boyfriend and a request that has fans more than a little unsettled. Amy Slaton has always worn her heart on her sleeve. From her tearful confessions to her joyous pregnancy announcements, fans have grown to love her raw, unfiltered personality. After her emotional separation from her husband Michael Halterman, many hoped Amy would take time to heal, focus on her boys, and reclaim her independence. Instead, she surprised everyone by jumping back into the dating pool and wading in deeper than anyone expected. Meet the mystery man. Amy's new beau, Tony, name changed for narrative purposes, is a 23-year-old with a baby face and a love for tattoos. Compared to Amy's 37 years, the 14-year age gap immediately caught fans' attention. On paper, age is just a number. In real life, however, it can mean drastically different life stages, values, and priorities. While Amy is a mother of 2 toddlers juggling custody, career, and self-care, Tony still lives with roommates and doesn't own a car. The relationship was introduced in a now-viral TikTok where Amy flashed a big smile and leaned into Tony's shoulder. She was glowing, her energy palpable, but the comments section told a different story. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Is he even old enough to rent a car? One fan joked. She needs a partner, not a project, another wrote. Still, Amy defended her choice. He makes me laugh, she said during a candid Instagram live. He treats me good and he accepts me for me. What else do I need? But things took a turn when Tony made a weird request that Amy shared offhandedly during a behind-the-scenes clip that later leaked to Reddit. The weird request that started it all. He asked me if I could co-sign for a loan so he could start a sneaker resale business, Amy said with a nervous laugh, her voice trailing into uncertainty. I told him I gotta think about it. Fans immediately sounded the alarm. Red flag, red flag, red flag, one commenter shouted. Girl, you don't even know this man's credit score, another user warned. You just got out of a messy situation. Don't walk into another. From a psychological perspective, this request raises legitimate concerns. In relationships with a large age difference, especially when one party is more established, there can be a subtle shift in power dynamics. Amy's fame, finances, and maternal instinct could make her vulnerable to manipulation, particularly if Tony's intentions aren't as pure as they seem. But is that really the case here? Or is this just a rough start for a couple trying to blend very different lives? The emotional gap, more than just numbers. Let's be honest, Amy is no stranger to giving. She gave her heart to Michael even when their relationship started showing signs of strain. She gave up privacy for fame, inviting cameras into the most intimate parts of her life. And above all, she gave her everything to her sons. Now, it seems like she might be falling into a pattern of giving again, with Tony. I just want someone to love me, Amy confessed in season 5. That longing doesn't go away overnight. And for someone like Tony, who may see Amy as both a partner and a stepping stone, that longing could be a tool. Still, we have to ask, is it fair to paint Tony as a gold digger so early on? Some fans argue that the sneaker business idea, while odd, isn't inherently suspicious. He might just be ambitious, one wrote. Maybe he sees Amy as someone who believes in him. That could be a beautiful thing if handled right. But others remain skeptical. Love isn't asking your girlfriend of 2 months to co-sign a loan, another commented. It's earning trust, not leveraging it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. History repeats, or does it? Amy's journey has always been a story of transformation. From struggling with food addiction to becoming a mother, she's fought hard to build a life of dignity and hope. Her weight loss surgery wasn't just a physical change, it marked the beginning of a mental shift. She started recognizing her worth, setting boundaries, and dreaming bigger. That's why this new relationship stings for so many fans. It feels like a step backward. "Where's that fierce Amy who said she wanted to focus on her kids and healing?" asked a Reddit fan. "She's back to playing caregiver to a man-child." But maybe the answer isn't so black and white. People grow in spirals, not straight lines. Healing isn't linear, and sometimes we revisit old patterns before we finally learn the lesson. Maybe this is Amy's final detour before finding lasting self-love. Tammy's take and the sisterly dynamic. Tammy Slaton hasn't commented publicly on Tony, but fans speculate she's skeptical. Given how protective Tammy has become since her own weight loss and romantic experiences, many think she's keeping her distance for a reason. The way Tammy looked when Amy brought up Tony, you could tell she wasn't vibing with it, one fan pointed out in a forum thread. It's not just about Tony, though. It's about Amy's emotional vulnerability, and Tammy knows that vulnerability all too well. For years, the Slaton sisters relied on each other for validation, support, and survival. Now that they're both evolving, the space between them is widening. If Tammy is staying quiet, it's likely because she wants to give Amy the dignity of learning on her own. Or maybe she's just tired of playing the big sister when Amy refuses to listen. What happens next? According to close sources and a few speculative social media posts, Amy hasn't co-signed anything yet. Some fans even believe she used the request as a test to gauge public reaction. Others hope the whole thing was exaggerated for dramatic effect. After all, 1000 LB Sisters is a reality show, not a documentary. Still, the concern is real. It's not about the sneaker business or the age gap. It's about patterns. Is Amy setting herself up to be used again? Or is she in control of her story this time? There's a reason fans are so invested in Amy's love life. They care. They've seen her fall, rise, and stumble again. They want her to win. And winning, in this context, means protecting her peace, her children, and her heart. Final thoughts. Amy Slaton is not the same woman we met in Season 1. She's stronger, wiser, and more aware of what she brings to the table. But love can blur even the clearest vision. While it's entirely possible that Tony is genuine, the age gap, and especially the premature financial request, raises more red flags than green ones. Fans don't want to see Amy in another heartbreak hotel. They want to see her thriving, laughing with her kids, making content on her terms, and choosing partners who uplift her without strings attached. So what if she's glowing in TikToks? So what if she claims Tony makes her feel young again? If his love comes with requests that feel more transactional than emotional, that's a problem, and it's one she shouldn't ignore. At the end of the day, Amy deserves a love that matches her growth. Whether Tony is that person or just a pit stop on the way to something better, only time and perhaps a little tough love from Tammy will tell. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.